Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DRich Show, where we talk anything and everything crypto. Now, here's your host, DRich.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the DRich Show. This is DRich and today is Friday. Happy Friday, folks. February 25th, 2022. I hope that you all are well. And again, I hope that this video finds you all in good health, good spirits, and good energy. I want to make sure that I thank you all for tuning into yesterday's video, the comments, the likes, the subscriptions, and things like that. So thank you guys for supporting the channel. Before we get started, hit that like button on your way in, folks. Support your investment with one easy click. And on today's video, we're going to be talking about Russia, who could be the catalyst for bringing down SWIFT, as we see that in the news. And is there a Bitcoin trap associated with it? And then I would like to say that it will enter Ripple, XRP to the scene as we are getting close with some things that are going on geopolitical. So here we are. We're going to talk about those things today, and I'm going to try to see if we can connect some dots and things like that and see what's what and see where we're at when it comes to what we're facing here in this world today. So anyway, thank you guys again. And here we go. We're going to get right into the CoinMarketCap as we do see a little bounce, but I always say proceed with caution. But here we go. CoinMarketCap. All right, folks. So here we go again with the CoinMarketCap. We got Bitcoin's dominance, 42.5% there. Ethereum, 18.4, with a global crypto market cap of 1.75 trillion, which is a 9.3% increase, almost 9.4 increase over the last day. Since yesterday, we talked about it yesterday in regards to the market being down, looking at opportunities. We went over that. But here we are. We got some trending tokens, some biggest gainers, some recently added. CertX is awesome. They do a lot of background checks and all that stuff. So audits. So CertX there is dope. And we just want to put that out there real quick. Anyway, Bitcoin, $38,986.26. An increase over $4,000, about $4,000. Over the last day. Okay. Ethereum, $2,678.19. BNB, $366.89. With USDC continue to climb in the market cap rank, $53.2 billion market cap. And our beloved XRP sitting lovely at 70 cents there. Again, dollar cost average. Yesterday, we had great buying opportunities. We were looking at like 60 something cents there. And here we are, 70 cents, which is a almost 10% increase over the last 24 hours. Cardano, same thing, 86 cents, 9.83% increase. Solana, 88.66, okay, on number 8. And then we got Terra Luna, 64.92, and AVAX in number 10, 76.56, 11, almost 12% increase over the last day. And here we are. We got Dogecoin, 12 pennies. Some others here we're going to take a quick look at. And again, always want to do this daily to re-emphasize some of the tokens that I do believe that will have value as they remain pretty consistently stable and really haven't touched all-time highs like other tokens. You got Tron at 6 pennies there. You got Algorand again, 78 cents. Stellar under 20 cents is a steal. Adara H-bar is 22 cents. Again, another steal. And let's just go down here real quick. IOTA, 72 cents. It is a buy. Even with Gala Games up 21%. It is still a buying opportunity. You get $4 so continue to try to accumulate. If you haven't set up your music node, I encourage you to do so before those are no longer available at the price range that they are. Want 109.87 there. And there's some others here in the top 100 that I'm gonna go over at some point, but there's some winners, I guess. I'm not going to discredit any of the others, okay, because they do have a substantial market cap, where they either trapped in some liquidity to continue to develop and grow. And I'm pretty sure with every digital asset or entity, they are trapping liquidity so that they can continue to grow and build and build something that's sustainable. So anyway, here we are. Let's get through the rest here. XDC 5 pennies, folks, almost 5-1 there. So can't tell you too much more to do besides buying these dips or trying to buy the dips, load up the bags and stay position. I'm a long-term investor, and again, this is never financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but when it comes to trading, there is things specifically that I'll trade into or out of, but most definitely, I like to hold my position long-term because I don't need the money right now, and I hope that you won't need the money right now because our vision is geared more so to the future. Anyway, here's an article from readers.com. US, the EU unlikely to cut Russia off of SWIFT for now. And this is coming from Brandon. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a little quick peek in this. The United States and the European Union have opted not to cut Russia off from SWIFT, the global interbank payment system, as part of their sanctions against Moscow for invading Ukraine, but could revisit the issue, President Brandon said on Thursday. Asked why that step was not taken, Brandon told reporters the sanctions imposed against Russia banks exceeded the impact of cutting Russia off from SWIFT, and other countries have failed to agree on taking the additional step at this point. Okay, so again, I'm going to let this lie where it is. In this the description, you can read it. And the reason why I talk about this is because it looks like if they do just hypothetically cut Russia off of the SWIFT banking systems, then that would allow them to come in and do what they need to do for their sovereignty, for their finance, and things like that. And they are a major contributor in the financial markets when it comes to oil, gas, things like that. So they're not going to go quickly with this or making this decision quickly. What I will say that this is something to monitor because we all know on the back end of it, we got Ripple XRP waiting in the wings for this. Okay, so if this happens, it's a huge win for us because we've done our due diligence, we've done our research, and I do believe this is the catalyst from taking SWIFT out of the banking structure, and I do believe the reason why they won't or they're not at the moment is because SWIFT is their money cow. Okay? They're not going to mess that money up, okay? Because they're greedy, they're corrupt, and eventually the corruption is going to have to end. And I do believe if that happens with Russia, it's going to play a vital role in what we see being implemented and being ready to dole out for us to see for a new financial system, infrastructure, things like that. So pay attention to that. And then here, Ukrainian volunteer group raises over $4 million in Bitcoin since the Russian invasion. I'm not going to call it an invasion because that's just speculation, probably more than likely propaganda on the television screens. Here's what I will say. I pray for the folks, their safety, their well-being, no one to get hurt or injured, or things like that. So I want to say that first and foremost. However, this is bigger. As we know, the United States is dealing with a whole lot of corruption. Okay, you got Burisma, you got Hunter Biden, you got Joe Biden, you got Nancy Pelosi, you got all of these folks down in that cesspool of corruption in Ukraine. And I believe that we will start seeing that corruption leaked out. Okay, it's going to be a drip, and I do believe Putin is on his way over there to siphon through all of this and release it to the American public because, again, they always want to vilify different people and different folks And when it comes to Putin, I look at it like this. I go back into history and I look at all the people across the globe that they vilified. You got Gaddafi, okay? He wanted to go to some sort of gold-backed currency in his country, Libya. And then you also had Saddam Hussein. Not saying that these guys are perfect. What I'm saying is the folks that wanted to break away from their control, their corruption, they've always had to deal with them vilifying them and talking crap about them. And it's the same with President Trump. They vilified him, and all it was is just Russia, Russia, Russia. And it's the same thing because they know that Russia will most surely expose their corruption. So you look at all of those kids down there from these corrupt politicians here in the United States, and this is what they're covering up. But here, I wanted to talk about this article. The reason why is because, again, it could be a good thing for Bitcoin. It could be a bad thing for Bitcoin. But this is going to be, Bitcoin is going to be a catalyst for a lot of things to come in our financial institutions. Okay, it's going to expose a lot as well. And I do believe going back over here, I've said it, again, I hope Bitcoin does its thing. But to me, the writing is on the wall when it comes to these donations for, funding war, human trafficking, children trafficking, things like that. That is not going to stand in this new system. And I wanted to go back to Twitter. I seen this yesterday. I remember Dan Pena saying that Bitcoin was created by Putin. And then the person that responded at Fudverse, I'm old enough to remember Bitcoin, at Dan Pena. So I'm going to leave this here for you guys. I've left it in the description for you guys to go over. And this is what he said about Bitcoin and who created it. And I do believe it's quite strange. We're going to let this click down and we'll go. I'll get to where I'm at. Okay. So here he goes, Putin, right? Who's behind Bitcoin. And I do believe that we are starting to see a lot of things that suggest, but I also see Elon Musk in the background. And I do believe, to me, in my opinion, based on my research, I do believe Elon Musk has something to do with Bitcoin, perhaps the coding of it. But here we are in this financial war. And like Dan Pena said before, he also said that he believes Bitcoin will go to absolutely zero when people find out who created Bitcoin. And I do believe Putin is playing chess right now. And I do believe if they do cut him off from the SWIFT banking system, he will introduce Bitcoin, because if he has 51% of the total supply of Bitcoin, he's the creator of Bitcoin, things like that, then you allow all of the other players, like I said before, a couple days ago, come in the game. Okay, they drop their guards down and say, well, we're just not going to let Putin go in and do all of this, blah, 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 and we don't get any piece of it. Okay, these fuckers are greedy. Excuse my language, but these guys are greedy. Okay, and gotta lead them down that way. You gotta lead them down that path. It's just like if you set a rat trap, guess what? You don't put no cheese on there, you're not fucking trapping that rat. Okay, but if you put something on there that is, something juicy, something feasible, favorable, then that person's going to walk in that trap. And I do believe we are about to witness the trap of all traps. Because I do believe, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, folks, that President Xi and President Putin and Trump are collaboratively working together to bring down the deep state cabal. Okay, and people think that this is just conspiracy and all this other stuff. Okay, great. You can think that is conspiracy until it's mathematically impossible when it happens. Okay, so I want to make sure that we talk about this and get ahead of it. And as we know, XRP USD Ripple is in good shape to replace SWIFT. This is coming from Chris Larson, and this was about 2020, 5/14, May 14th, 2020. Ripple CEO is optimistic about the project's future. So am I. So are you. The short-term XRP USD momentum is clouded with uncertainty. Okay, so here you can read this. According to Crypto 51, which tracks the theoretical cost of 51% of attacks on blockchain network, it will currently cost $334,703 an hour to gather enough computing power to take over the Bitcoin ledger. This, according to Crypto 51 service that tracks the risk of cost of 51% attacks on various blockchains, it could cost the attacker $334,000 an hour to take over again the Bitcoin ledger. Meanwhile, XRP is not mined, thus is not vulnerable to this type of risk. Now, Ripple controls a list of validators that processes transactions, but the company also plans to remove its control and make the ledger less centralized. And Larson also added that Swift remains its primary target. I think we started out as kind of a consumer-based company. We quickly saw, though, that to have really a maximum impact, being an enterprise company that worked with the existing financial players and new challengers to the financial system was going to be much more successful, because these were organizations that already had hundreds of $millions of customers and had this fundamental problem. So again, this is starting to ramp up a little bit, folks. You can read that. And I do believe Ripple will replace Swift at some point. You know, and again, we've all said it before. We've thought this before. We've seen it before. We only need 10%, okay, of Swift payments, okay, for the price of XRP to mature. And say, for instance, hypothetically, I'm not sure, maybe Russia is that 10% of Swift's volume. And I do believe if you go and watch one of the videos, I think it's XRPjoe, he put out a video where they are instituting or implementing this structure with Ripple with Russia. So go and check that out. King Solomon, he does a lot of great content. So if you want to go check that out, he has that information, that paperwork. You can watch his video. I think it's the latest video that he put out on YouTube yesterday or so. And also seen it on the same information that he produced or presented. I didn't listen to the video on a Telegram page for Whiplash. So if you are on Telegram, things like that, those folks, they put out a lot of different various information as well. So anyway, I wanted to end it with this before we go. We all know that Executive Order 13772 has been revoked by Brandon in this regime, okay? And you got to understand why, or kind of question as to why. I do believe that they know that Ripple is a thorn in their side, and this is why they are suing them, because they know what they are dedicated to accomplishing. And I do believe in short order it will get accomplished. But anyway, this is when President Trump put this executive order out. And this is coming from the U.S. Department of the Treasury, a financial system that creates economic opportunities for non-bank financials, fintech, and innovation. So again, keep your eyes on Basel III, Basel IV, when those things are going to set to go live, and the reevaluation of currencies, things like that. So we still got some time, but I want to make sure that we go to page 194. Okay, we're going to go to 194. Here are some participants in the executive order engagement process. So if you want to look over this list, you can check that out. It is in alphabetical order. Okay, so here we are, folks. We want to keep going down. We know some of them. We've seen some of them. You got TD Ameritrade. You got the all these other stuff. You got Plaid. You got R3. You got Veros, Bancorp. Okay, and what do we have here? Okay, we got Ripple, right? So with that being said, these folks know what Ripple is going to is designed to do. You got Western Union, you got Stripe, and those things we all know about them. Visa, Wells Fargo, all of this. So here we are looking at this. We have to kind of go back, okay, from the beginning, where some of this started, where it will probably end. And I do believe that Ripple will play a huge role in getting those transactions through their network, okay, through the ledger, all of that RippleNet, all of it, okay. So we got a grand opportunity to take a look at it, and I'm sorry to tell you folks, but Bitcoin is the catalyst to bring into the new world financial systems. And I do believe that it will also be a catalyst to bringing down Tether with Evergrande, if you've been following that. It also has to do with corruption being exposed. Once people find out if, in fact, Putin was the one that created Bitcoin, they're going to drop that shit like a bad habit, okay? So, again, wait till all of the people start waking up to a lot of this stuff. And sometimes they tell you plain truths, and sometimes it's kind of like hard to imagine that they're telling you the truth, okay? Sometimes you just got to decipher what they're saying. Yeah, they're going to direct you this way, that way, give you misdirection, and things like that to kind of get you out of your position, things like that. And I'm not here to get anyone out of Bitcoin. That is not my, that is not me, okay? I'm just giving you the thought process or thoughts that go into my brain that would suggest that I'm no longer going to look at Bitcoin as something that will be valuable in the long term when it comes to all of this geopolitical stuff and financial landscape of what's going on. And again, you're going to start seeing people say, "Oh, Bitcoin is good. Bitcoin is good. Bitcoin is good. Bitcoin is good." And guess what? The master chess player over there in Russia. All right, we got enough people in. Boom, we're dropping you. And guess what? That's going to crash the US dollar. That's going to crash a lot of other institutions financially. So just do your due diligence. Pay attention to what's going on in the world, especially if they're talking about, oh, it's funding wars or it's funding this or terrorism. And all. You know what I'm talking about. They're going to be lying. They're going to be lying, and they're going to be lying. They're going to say, oh, Bitcoin is the one. And then guess what? You're going to go all in on Bitcoin, and guess what? You're going to get trapped. So proceed with caution, folks. Do your due diligence. ISO 222, XRP, XLM, IOTA, Algorand, XDC, Quant, HBAR, the likes. Those are your ones. Make sure you're loading up on them. Okay, because if you are not, okay, you can't come back and say, I didn't emphasize these enough, and I'm going to continue to emphasize them no matter what here on the channel. So anyway, folks, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscription button on the way out. I appreciate you guys so much, and I hope that, you get something out of my channel every single day, whether you disagree or agree. I'd love to hear back from you. You can leave comments in the comment box. I love to chop it up with you. You can email me on my website. You got my email on my website, which is the drichshow.com, and all of that. All of my episodes, all of that is stored there. So if anything happens here on YouTube, you can go to those servers and find me if anything goes down. So anyway, folks, I want you to have an outstanding weekend. Do something fun, new, and exciting. That is just my motto. Hopefully this weekend I get some reprieve and I'm able to do something outside from the rain. It's been raining for the last several days here in Nashville. The temperatures are low, but it's okay. We're going to stay warm inside, and we're going to continue to investigate. We're going to continue to look at different opportunities and see what is what. And once I get the presentation right, I'll give it to you and see what you think. So anyway, God bless, take care, and as always, treat everyone with class, dignity, and respect. Bye-bye.